Hello there. So today we're going to be testing out some makeup. This is going to be largely kind of drugstore makeup as opposed to kind of AliExpress or eBay or anything like that. Today we're going to be trying out the Essence Rock and Doll XXL Crazy Volume Mascara. I am a huge fan of Essence, and I've heard that this one is really good, so I'm looking forward to giving that one a go. I also have a metallic eye foil from W7. If you're not familiar with W7, it's a super affordable UK based brand. I actually picked this up on eBay quite a while ago now, and I've just not got around to testing it, so I thought I could just like bedazzle my eyes with hopefully bedazzle, hopefully not feck up my eyes. But yeah, we're going to be testing this out. I have one of the brand new Revolution Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigments. This really reminds me of the Smashbox packaging, and also I think NARS have just released a liquid lipstick line, and the packaging is like literally identical to this. I say that like they're copying Revolution Pro, but I think we all know it's probably the other way around. This is in the shade Grayscale. I decided to go for a little bit of a different kind of shade because I don't know, I just love grey, and I thought, well, I mean, I like grey on my walls, I like grey on my bedspread, I like grey on my socks, so why not have grey lips? And lastly, we're going to be testing out highlighter. This is by a unknown brand to me. It's by a brand called Rude Cosmetics. They are a US based brand. They contacted me and asked if they could send me a couple of their products over, to which I replied, of course, send them over, just send them in, I'll be waiting. They very kindly sent me one of their baked highlighters in the shade Champagne Sparks to try. This costs around $8 US. I don't know how affordable it would be to my fellow UK residents because customs charges and taxes, you know, if you order from the US, are rather astonishing. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about that, but I really wanted to test it out today because it was a little bit of an indie brand, and I'm all for indie brands. Today we're actually going to begin with the lips. I usually do lips last, but I actually feel like it'd be really kind of useful to apply it first, and then we can see how it actually performs as the video goes on. So I'm just popping it out. Oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. It's like a warm toned grey, and it's got almost like a purple tone to it. If I do a little swatcheroo, this is what it looks like. I believe this cost me about £5. I will confirm all of the prices and product information downstairs so that you can get the actual truth and not just me probably making stuff up.
Oh my gosh, I love the shade. How did it go?
Do you want no parcel shelf there? So we're all the way down there, there's no parcel shelf.
There's no parcel shelf?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had the liquid lipstick on for about 10 minutes now because Honey's came in and we were just chatting. It doesn't feel great, and can you see how it's it's drying in a very kind of patchy fashion? And I've noticed as well that the swatch on my hand doesn't really look to be close to drying at all. It still looks really wet, and this does claim to be a matte lip pigment, so I'm kind of surprised. Can you see the sheen on it? And it's literally been on my lips for like 10 minutes. So I'm just going to leave a Professor liquid lipstick on the lips to do its thing, and we can kind of come back to it, but feel free to keep, you know, checking out the status of the lips throughout the video. Next, we're going to move on to the highlight. So as I said, this is by Rude Cosmetics, which honestly I hadn't heard of until they contacted me. I was very honoured when they did contact me. I was like, oh, me? Really? Me? Send me makeup? Why not? I mean, really, you know I love the makeup. This costs $7.95, and as I said, it is a US based brand. Okay, so this is the highlighter. It's called Champagne Sparks. It's a baked highlighter and it is cruelty free, which is absolutely fantastic. The packaging looks and feels really, really good quality. It looks very pretty in the pan. So I'm just going to do a swatcheroo. It's a little bit like powdery and it doesn't really have much in the way of like highlighter situations going on. Let me just swatch it again on my other finger. Guys, it feels super powdery and dry. But let's just pop it up on my face and we can see faux show what it's like. Okay. Okay, so I can see a little bit. Okay, I mean, she's subtle. She's not very, like, blinding, but we can see her. Look, she's beautiful. She's added a bit of a kind of, like, lit from within look. I do believe that there are, like, 2 different types of highlight. You get the super blinding, intense, metallic looking highlight, and then you get the more kind of subtle lit from within type of highlight, and this one is actually really, really pretty. If you're not a huge fan of the, you know, super intense highlight, I actually think that this one is pretty beautiful. I didn't like the way it swatched. Like, I didn't like it. Like, I didn't swatch it, did I? I mean, really, I didn't even swatch it. Okay, so actually it swatches beautifully. I feel like it was just on my finger, it just looked really, really powdery, but actually, you know, once you blend it out, it's pretty beautiful, and I really like the shade of it. I think it's a really kind of beautiful champagne tone that would suit really fair skin. It would also suit medium skin. Okay, so guys, I think it's beautiful. It's giving me that lift. It's not too gregarious or, you know, blinding, but I do feel like it's given a really beautiful, subtle, lit from within kind of a glow. And I think it's actually really, really pretty. I think for $7.95, it's actually a really good option to go for. That would be about £5 or so, kind of UK. Okay, I'm just popping a little bit up on my nose, a little bit up on my chin. It does feel like very dry to the touch, but on the face, I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm really liking it. I personally am a huge fan of subtle highlighters. I know that it's not for everyone. I know that a lot of people just want to blind all living things in sight with the highlighter, and that's wonderful. But for me, I've got more mature skin. I do feel like the more blinding the highlight, the more it will emphasize texture and the fact I'm 34. So I actually really like this highlight. I think it's a beautiful formula, and I think it just looks really natural. The shade is perfect. Loving it. I love it. Okay, so let's see, what are the lips doing? Are they anywhere close to being dry yet? No, like there's a patch here. Can you see it? And it's just wet. It just says, no, I do not want to dry. Why should I? Feck right off. I do my own thing. Okay, so next we're going to move right diddly on to the metallic eye foil by W7. It cost me a couple of pounds from eBay. And as I say, I got it fecking ages ago. So it's just been kind of sat round, patiently waiting its turn, watching all the other makeup be tested, and it's just kind of bided its time, like the patient little metallic eye foil that it is. I mean, really. Okay, so the official name is the Golden Eyes Metallic Eye Foil. I have this in the shade Violet Explosion. If I just do a little swatch. So this is what it looks like. Oh gosh, it's not as opaque as I was hoping for. Let me just add another little bit to there. Yeah, it looks quite sheer. Can you see that? You can see well, I was going to say a few. A lot. A whole squad of little glitters in there.
I'm going to apply this to my eyelid and hopefully not feck up my eye look.
In terms of like, you know, like colour payoff, I don't feel like I'm getting an awful lot. It is a very, very, very kind of sheer product. One thing it's done, which I'm really enjoying, is it seems to have made my eyeshadow look a little bit less chunky. But other than that, I mean, it's kind of dulled down my Fabulous Juvia's Place pink sassy eyeshadow, which I'm not really liking. I know you're probably thinking, well, Anwen, why didn't you apply this, you know, to bare eyes? And I know what you mean. I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I don't know why I had to go ahead and, you know, pop on eyeshadow. By the way, it's burning a little bit. I find this a lot with these kind of eye creamy kind of situations. I've been finding that they cause my eyelids to burn. What's that all about, guys? Okay, I mean, so it was easy to apply. It does feel a bit burny, but I mean, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't really feel like it's made an impact. It's not made a statement. It's not, you know, announced itself, you know, as part of my eyelids now. It's just kind of gone on, and that's it. Okay, so I feel like that was a little bit of a letdown, and I'm kind of blaming myself for having applied eyeshadow, you know, prior to applying the product. But I feel like if it were on its own, like on a solo mission, I feel like it would be extremely sheer. I don't think you'd get much colour payoff at all. Now, I obviously have only tried this one shade, so the other shades might be a lot better, but just purely being Mrs. Judgy Judgerson and going off this one shade, I wouldn't recommend. Okay, so finally, we're going to be moving on to the Essence Rock and Doll XXX Large Volume Mascara. I am really excited. I've been wanting to try this out for ages. This is what the crazy wand looks like. I've not seen a wand quite like this before. You've got lots of rubber bristles and they're just going off at all different crazy angles. They look to be different lengths. It looks like a guinea pig, and you know, the guinea pig's hair at the back is just like pushed up and it looks a little bit like disheveled. It's so cute, but totally like disheveled, like it's just gone through 10 hedges backwards and then gone back through them frontwards and then gone sideways a couple of times. Mascara with a special cut fibre brush for a crazy, I mean, it says it's crazy, it knows it's crazy. I'm expecting crazy right now. My eyelashes don't look crazy after this. I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed. I mean, it's fairly easy to apply. And I do feel like it's given a really like pretty kind of lifted look to my eyelashes. I feel like it's not particularly clumpy yet. The brush is doing a good job of coating each of the individual lashes, which I like. And it definitely has given like a really beautiful, like, what would they call it? They'd say a flirtatious curl. I don't know how your eyelashes could be flirtatious, but I really like that. I think it looks really, really nice. So I'm going to apply just another coat. I'm going to just be quite conservative about how much I'm applying, because I do not want to apply too much, just too much. I don't want to apply too much. Okay, so this is after a second coat. I'm loving the shape. I'm loving it. Like, it's giving me a lift, a curl. Can you see like side eyelash? It's kind of got that curl to it, which I really, really like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do the other lash and I'll be right back. Okay, so the wand isn't the easiest for the bottom lashes. Okay, so this is what the mascara looks like prior to the finger technique. Oh my golly gosh, gumdrops. I mean, really, guys, I love it. And what I really love about this mascara is the curl it's given my eyelashes. It's given them a lift, a little bit of shape. They just look like sexy little mother feckers right now. And I'm just loving it. I think, sorry, it would help, wouldn't it, if I showed you instead of like just going away from the camera. But I think the look is absolutely like fantastic. I have tons and tons and tons of mascaras. I like having lots of mascaras because I do find that different mascaras do very different looks. Obviously my favourite one is Essence Lash Princess because that just gives so much volume and length, and I just love it. The beauty of the Rock and Doll, and I think what makes this really stand out to me is that beautiful curl that it's given me. I really like this, guys. I'll give you a little bit of side eyelash. I almost said side boob. Side eyelash. Could you imagine if you're just watching this and your boyfriend's in the back and then he just hears, I'm going to give you a little bit of side boob? He'd be thinking, excuse me, what are you watching right now? But anyway, guys, if you like a mascara that offers a bit of curl, it will make your eyelashes the most flirty eyelashes to have ever walked the earth or just ever been there on your eyelids. I think this will be really worth trying. I'm a huge fan. Definitely one of the best mascaras that I've tried recently. It's super affordable and I really love it. I'm going to be wearing this one a lot. And obviously, by the way, the finger technique did lift up the eyelashes, but even before then, like when I very first applied this, they took on a beautiful curl. So yes, thank you, I love it. Right, okay, back to the lips. Are we dry yet? No, we're not. No, we're not. Like, what's happening? Why are we not dry? By the way, I keep catching my highlight and I'm really loving it. It looked kind of bad because when I first swatched it, it really did not look all that. And a bag of dildos, you know, which is on my finger. But honestly, on the face, I think it looks so beautiful. Like, I'm loving it. Just watching like, oh, yes, there it is. And then, oh, it just makes my face look like glowy. And I really like it. I really like it. But okay, back to the lips. Okay, so let me do the kiss test. And we can see just how catastrophic this is. Oh, it's really not that catastrophic. Look, I was expecting like my full top lip to be on there, but no, there's a tiny little bit of transfer. So that's rather amazing. And actually by doing that, it does seem to have kind of dried the wet patch a little bit. What I will say is a little bit patchy. Obviously, I could apply another layer and that would sort out the patchiness, I would imagine. But then it's probably going to take a year to dry, and I don't really have a year to wait around. I do think that yeah, I wish it was a little bit more opaque. I wish it dried down a bit quicker, but what I will say is now that it's on there, I feel like it's pretty comfortable. It's not super drying. It is like 70% drying, but it's definitely nowhere near the worst that I've ever tried. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of like this. I spotted that before when I was in the bathroom. Can you see? A bit of it's kind of gone onto my tooth and it won't come off. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is like seriously awkward right now. But anyway, I would definitely be interested to try some of the other shades of the liquid lipstick. Just based on this, I mean, I've only had it on my lips for about 25 minutes, but I feel like it is a good quality liquid lipstick. I will update you in the comments downstairs because I'm going to be keeping this on my lips now. So I will let you know if there are any updates to offer. But that kind of brings us to the end of the video. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. And I'll be back soon with more. God, that's annoying, isn't it? Like, I was annoyed even doing that. I was like, oh my gosh, Anwen, what are you doing right now? Like, literally, what are you doing right now? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon. I'm repeating myself. I am literally repeating myself. Anyway, I'm going to go.